Director of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Mr. Welcome Danca, Mr. Toki Mohoto, Mr. Piyush Khandelwal, Mr. Sipiwe Mchunu, distinguished guests, online viewers, namaskar and welcome to episode 11 of Uhambo Lwami My Journey. Indeed, today we welcome the very dynamic, the very talented Mr. Welcome Dancer, who is a visual storyteller and contemporary dancer today. And Welcome Ji will be sharing his story with us by interacting with the very talented Mr. Toki Mohoto, who is a social activist and author based in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. So sit back, relax as we take you on this incredible journey of episode 11 of Uhambo Lwami My Journey.
Welcome to Uhambo Lwami episode 11, partnered by the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban. As per usual, we profile legendary contributors to the socio-cultural landscape of South Africa. As is the norm, we normally invite iconic figures who have contributed immensely and whose skills and authority not only have allowed them to travel the world as we know it, but have also left an indelible mark in the lives of those who have both been touched by their works and have also seen them grow from merely nothing to what they are today. Please allow me to welcome Mr. Welcome Danca, a visual storyteller who's come to grace us with his presence and share his journey. Mr. Danca, welcome to Uhambo Lwami My Journey.
Welcome. That's my name. My name is Welcome Danca. I was born in Potchefstroom, in area of Xilima.
Yes.
And then there's a small place they called Enkothaneni. This is where I grew up. And then after I was doing like early grades at home, and then like because art started there, because when we at home, like maybe we were preparing food, mother preparing food, and then when we did, even if it's cold, and then we get up by the fire, and then just after the fire is finished, and then tomorrow you sleep, and then go to school, and then when you at school, when you're doing something at school, and then it's where you want to take that thing you teacher teaching you at school, and then you like put it down, and then you just take that charcoal and then just draw around the house, and then your mother will ask who right there, then they say it's Piwe, because my name is Piwe also. Yes. So they will say it's Piwe who right, and then I'll like say, but I was reminding myself what we were doing at school.
Yes.
And I said, don't ever do this, because like at home that time in rural areas, because it was rural areas where I grew up. So this is where like you paint your house if there's some event or a Christmas time.
Yes.
So
yes.
like if let's say it's January, and then you just paint that wall like with charcoal, and then you end up like, if there's no event during the year, so you're waiting for December to paint that wall. So, and then your parents, they will be like mad at you, because now we have to buy the paint. Yeah. So after that, and then I grew up there, and then in 1993 there was like things that happened at our area, and then we like they were burning houses, and then we have to come to site in Durban. And then because my sister was a nurse, so she got a house at Umlazi. So we all gather there till we get our places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people may not know who you are, and in terms of your particular focus as a visual artist,
yeah,
I'm certain when you wake up in the morning and you want to draw something, there's always an inspiration.
Yes.
That drives you to produce or create something.
Yeah.
What in your own world normally are inspiration points, or what wakes you up and say, I want to create today?
What I normally inspired me when I have to draw, it's happened like sometimes, let's say I was in a taxi, because sometimes I use a public transport.
Yes, yes.
So you hear people talking about something, and then when you take off the text, and then when you go, maybe let's say you go to Home Affairs, like when you stand in the line, and then you also hear that thing again, but it's another version, and then and then you started like now saying, noticing, okay, this thing now I heard by the people took in the text. Now here I am now, I still hearing it, and then this is where I always have carrying my diary, and then but now as the time is changing, my phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to open my phone if I hear something. Maybe I didn't bring the diary, and then I go to Notepad, and then I'll just write the story, what's happened there, and then even at night when I'm sleeping, like I always like my phone. If I think of something, I wake up and then I write it on my Notepad, because if I didn't write it there. And then in the morning, I will okay, if I want to, I'm thinking what I was dreaming about, or what I was thinking about, and then the story is left there. And then, so I always like carrying those two things, and then I'll just like do some quick sketching. And then from there, sometimes I'll just go to maybe to get some references. Sometimes, if so that I want to make it proper.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't even use the reference, because I will have to do what I feel, and what I also happened on my sketches. Yeah. Other day I was in a DOT, and then I was painting a big piece, and then the lecturer Temba Shivas, and then I asked his opinion, like, I want to help me on this painting, so can you please create me? Yeah. And then he just say, bring it, and then I put it there, and then they say, okay. He look at me and say, you say you want my opinion? Yeah. And then I say, yes. I say, okay, take your paintbrush, put a signature. But for me, it was still a sketch. Yes. But for he didn't even see it as a sketch, but because he was see the complete painting. Yeah. And then I took the painting to the gallery, because I was going to have an exhibition. Because I said we must bring two paintings so that they'll choose which one they can do the invitation. Yeah. I was so surprised that that painting sold. Wow. And then the time when the exhibition opened, this was already sold. Wow. Yeah.
So you get inspired by your environment and the surroundings that you come across.
Yes.
Do you feel that success and satisfaction for you as an individual comes because you are popular, or it comes because people appreciate the quality of your work?
I can say people to appreciate the quality of my work, because for instance, let's say, let me do some figures, like roughly, so that I can give you the idea. Yeah. Let's say you see this big canvas. I say it's 15,000. You saw the price is 15,000. Yeah. You saw in maybe the gallery, and then someone will phone me and say, "Welcome. I want you to do a painting for me." That side I saw in the gallery, but I don't have that money. Yeah. And then maybe I've got 1,000 rand, but it was like 15,000. But because okay, I say, okay, it's fine. I'll do something for you, and then I'll do the painting. But what I will do, I will make sure that what I did on that painting, even that one is 1,000, but I'll make sure it's the same, because I don't want to because that's going to happen. Let's say I say, okay, because you say you don't have this much of money, so now I must just do it roughly. But at the end of the day, and then if someone saw this painting, if it's bad, they will say, hey, but this painting is not right. And then but they won't ask who painted, because I won't get even the commissions to other people. Yeah. But if I do the work like they say, no, can you give me the contact of this person, because I can see the work.
The quality is appreciative.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it makes a great deal of sense. Yeah. And also, I know that as a visual artist, Some may give you different terms. Some may call you a visual storyteller. Some may say you're a visual artist. But I know that your genre has a lot of influence.
Yes.
It influences a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what do you feel, in your own words, is the power of visual art?
The power of visual art, because it's like, as you can say, itself is a visual art. It's something that's visual, but because it's beyond there. Because like as you storytelling, something like it's around you. Because sometimes people, they can pass things, but they never notice it.
Yes,
That's why I always like for my art, like is a social commentary about what's happening around people, but people sometimes they don't notice. But when I put in a painting, it will give them the smile, and they say why. But as people, we do these things, but we never thought that it's like there's some people who's looking at it. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
No, it makes a great deal of sense.
Yeah.
And also, you've done a lot of work. You've been a visual storyteller for a good number of years. What in your own catalog of works that you've done are your most memorable?
My work, it was, I think, but others I will say the years, but others I won't say the years because I don't remember. Because sometimes in a year I can get maybe like 3 or 4 commissions. So now and then, but like the one that I was so happy, it was the one for Mickey Mouse from Disneyland. Mickey Mouse was turning 90 years. So the theme was to create an African wardrobe for Mickey Mouse. So we're like 50 artists.
Yeah. From around the world.
Yes, but okay, in here in South Africa. And then, but they chose only 10. Yeah. Yeah. So I was one of those, among those 10. It was like, it took us for 2 weeks, like to create that page, because they already got something, a mold, a sculpture, but you have to paint it.
Yes,
like, to look like. So for me, as a Zulu man, an African, so what I did, I say, okay, because I want to do something that I understand, that I know. So it was just like a Zulu man, Zulu man warrior. So this is where I was so like to impress, like to show the world like that, because in the story, because when we're growing up, when we're young, like sometimes it was hard, like when we were at school in a break time, and then the kids, they're talking about, hey, yesterday we were watching the cartoons like this, but at home there was no TV. And then even those ones they got, it was black and white. So now sometimes you feel like when you like, but there's nothing you can say because we want to say something, and then it's one link on that thing because never even saw it. Yeah. So but and then at home, finally they bought a TV, and then it was like maybe a second house that got a TV also black and white, and then this is where, and then the kids, they will come, like, and then when there's time for cartoon, they will come and watch it. Even other days, then but when we go to other houses, we have to go. We have to look at the windows or at the door. But at home, like everyone will say sitting there, and then we watching it, and then I feel happy, like saying no. At least that's why the time when we got that commission, say no, I have to express what happened. Yes. Yeah, because it is a big icon, Mickey Mouse. And then other one was Mango Airlines. Mango Airlines, they also commissioned me to create a cover, a front cover of magazine. So like when you like get in the plane, there's a magazine there. But the front cover was also one of my painting. And then other one, I think the following year it was Fly SA. Yeah. No, not Fly SA. It was Fast Jet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, they want us to create something. So, but I was it was not a cover, but I was amongst those like about to talk about art. In that one, and then other one was Nando's. Nando's also commissioned the galleries to like artists to create. As we, even here now, when you go to Musgrave and
Yes.
Nando's, you can see my work on there. There's a wall that they create, and then one of my work there. And then in Potchefstroom, maybe most of the province, because in the gallery, Africa Center was the top seller in that year. They even awarded me to like for Nando's, because they say like most of the shop they got all the was my work is there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the one that I was like, I feel like, and then this is where my family started like to understand the art that is you can do whatever.
Yeah.
So other day I was sitting at home like painting as usual, and then I received a call, and then that person who was calling me, I don't know. And then I say, no, welcome. It's sent by the lady from Cape Town. You say I must ask you your ID number, and then and then I say, how you phone me, and then you want me my phone number, my
ID
ID.
number.
How are you gonna do it? Because I know people they doing bad things with the ID. I say no. Okay, let me explain to you. This woman, she's running a hotel. The hotel is Hot Bay Manor. So they want to do something with your art, but can you please give me those ID? Okay, see, at least I trust you, but at least if it's, but I know I'll check the number. And then later, in 2 minutes, I just received a message, because they asked me what I'm doing in that week. And my availability. I say no, I'm around, so there's nothing much that is planned. And then I was so surprised when I checked. It was a return flight to Cape Town to go and see to come there. And then they say they do still have this painting, because they saw in the catalog. And I say, yeah, I still got it. I say, okay, can you please repeat? Okay, so much? I say like it was 7,000. Okay, it's fine. I repeat, and then when I go to airport, and okay, they arranged for me to go to the airport. I go to airport. When I go to airport, and then I came there, and then they fly me to Cape Town. When I come in the hotel, like when I enter in the reception, when I look at the site, 3 of my paintings are there in the reception. And then they welcome me like with the warm towels, and then say, okay, fresh towels. I say, okay, come and sit there. And then after later they do a dinner, they will have a dinner, and then the following day they say, okay, we want to like sleep like in the right place, and then they got a reservation for me. I got there later in the morning, and then they say, let's go to the hotel. They bought 11 paintings of mine. Like each room you can see like there's one of my paintings with amongst others. I was so like happy. So, and then like I was so happy to see like, and then my parents like, I say, no, sure, you go there? I say, yeah, I did go there, because this is where my art is do. And then other one, and then even the competitions were 2005. And then the competition, sometimes you don't know is something is real, or there's something like they made up, like, and then like you see like it's happening, or they already chose people. And then the Nivea Art Awards, Nivea was like want to do some art, I work on with artists. And then like other day, and then I just painted the painting. And then when it was an opening day, and then we go there, and then they started to call the name. They're like, okay, number 3 is, and then so they called other guy. Number 2 is, and then I say no, mine is, maybe I'll try next time. the call number 1. When I saw on the podium, there's no one there. And then I heard someone calling, welcome, you must go there. They're calling. I said, no, guys. You can't be, you must be kidding. I can't do, you see those people, these big guys, I know they're well known in art. So one of them
will take them on spot,
but me, as like individual, like I say, welcome is you. And then I just go like, but before I stand, and then I just peep the eyes to check if, and then I saw the award,
it's yours.
It's yours, it's mine. I was like so happy, like to get that, like it was 20,000 the first prize, and then the painting was 8,000. They also bought the painting. So those big commission, and then the last one that happened last year, December. And I was I thought maybe it won't happen because of COVID.
Yes.
Because that time on the first, it was supposed to be like go to level 3 or level 4. And then but the government say no, everything must be normal.
Back to level 1,
Yeah. And then that time, Potchefstroom Museum, Maritime Museum, they want us to do something for the museum because it's not visible. Something for like a cohesion, like to bring those, And then I was like, also this is where when I even the people when we worked there, it was only 2 weeks, but we did a very good work there, and they were so happy to see that the art is doing. So for me those commissions, I can say like but
there's memorable achievements.
Yeah.
We live in a time where almost anything and everything we do is done through technological platforms.
Yes.
Do you feel that technology for you as a visual artist has been a positive or a negative?
For me as an artist, it's both. Because most of the things now, when you're doing it, like you have to start, like you have to include the technology. Because sometimes, let's say you want to go to commission, and then they want something like to paint, and then we have to use a projector, because you can't just do the thing, maybe a big wall like with the free hand. So you have to include the technology. You have to use a projector and a laptop to do that work. And then even when your work, when you want to advertise your work, also you're using the technology. You have to put the work online so that people they can see it. Because sometimes like people as it was an advantage. The time of COVID, because people they have to stay at home, so people they have to open their computers, website, whatever, and then to check the artwork. But because now this year I'm working on a project about the technology versus human. But I can give you like a small hint, but then later you'll see the actual, because the technology is good and bad. It's good at that time, and this is bad. Because because especially in COVID, the time of COVID-19, what happened? People they lose their work, lose their jobs. For instance, let's say now as a company, they have to do a deal with the other company, like let's say in Cape Town, we are in Durban, and then we have to travel from Durban to Cape Town. So now in the travel, there's some buses, there's some airlines. So let's say now at the airlines they close down. Those people who were using they were working at airlines, they have no job now. And then And then after that, when you reach in Cape Town, you can't just like from the airplane. You have to go to the meeting. You have to maybe go to a hotel.
Yeah.
So those people who was in a hotel now, the hotel they closed down, and then people that don't have no job now. But the technology for the company make life easier because they created a Zoom meeting. So now, it's only they only use a data.
Data only.
Yeah. So and then they have to seal the deal in like even you sitting in a bedroom or dining room or whatever. Even you sitting in a park, but you never. It's only charge a data. So for the business, they made a lot of money, but for other people they lose because those ones they will cut down. So technology sometimes is good and bad. And then other work that I did, I'm working on is like when you see the kids. I saw the kids like where I'm staying, like there's a jungle gym for the kids to play. In the jungle gym, there are 2 swings. So these 2 kids are sitting on a swing, but not playing the swing. They got their phones. Other kids, they want to play the swing.
Yeah.
They don't have phones. But now, these 2, they got 2 things. But they're supposed to give the others
a chance to play.
Yeah. And then other thing for other one also for the technology for the phones. It was my birthday, so my wife took me to a Spare restaurant, and then when we got there, the time when we were waiting for our food, and then we got some drinks, and then at the side there I saw other 2 couples there. They got food, everything. But when you saw them now, I was saying, what is the use to come here? Because now both of them they got the on their phones.
Yeah.
The food is here, and then like what is the use of like to come here?
Going out,
to go out there. And then the last one is like about the idea that I got, like let's say at home when we got like as a family. So let's say there's a mother, father, and maybe 2 kids, and then these 2 kids they got their own bedroom, and then the mother they got their bedroom, and then let's say at night they go and eat, and then when the supper is ready, maybe the parents will sit in a sitting room, and then maybe kids they sit in their bedroom. They took the food and then go to their bedroom. Maybe they got the TV there. They sit there. But and then now there's a disconnection that's happening, because now, let's say now these 2 kids at school they don't perform well because there's something that is happening. But
the addiction to technology.
Yeah, and then mother and father they don't know about. There's nothing know about what maybe they're struggling in their maybe in maths or maybe bullying or whatever what's happening. So now and then also the parents, let's say you always see them going in the morning. You thought maybe they're going to their work, but maybe they're retrenched. So now they're still going to get some work, some to go find some work, but that thing now, and then when they come back, they always shout at kids, and then even the kids sometimes they don't cope, because what's happening here at home, no one, like there's a disconnection because of this technology sometimes.
Yes. So it both had good and bad sides.
Yeah, and then now my suggestion now was like, let's say maybe on a Sunday, you call all the family that you've got here, you have a dinner. Because when you grow up like at home, there's a dining room and a sitting room. So there's a big table there. So you sit there. But it's like a stage because they don't use it. It's just like got some flowers and then like, but we never like, and then those chairs, but you always there's a dust, you wipe it, but you never sit on them. But there was a reason of the thing. So for me, I was like, say, if the thing is maybe one in a Sunday, a family can sit down there, you got maybe a basin or what, something like you put there at the corner. Everybody must put their phone there. It's either it's office on, and then like you must sit here, enjoy the dinner, and then you ask your kids, how's the school, and then
So there's more communication amongst people.
Yeah, what's happening in your life, and then maybe even the parent will say, nah, hey, even us, like now, we don't have a job now. Because sometimes the kids, they will say, no, we want DSTV, so the one that got like all channels. But because they thought maybe the parents, they afford it. But because the parents now, they don't even have a job. But you always see them going in the morning, that maybe they got a job. So all those things now end up like, and then you met to your children or to your parents, because there's this disconnection that if also add on the technology, because most of the time they say, no, can you please buy me data, because school want to search this thing, but they end up like go to Instagram. And then they end up living a fake life, because they want to put
it ends up affecting them.
Yes, because of the standard. Because sometimes in that life of celebrity, sometimes it's fake, because that things happen to the people, like they say they are actors. Sometimes because sometimes we need to understand that they are also humans. Because now when you see them in the mall, you want the autograph or want the selfie. But sometimes if that day is not a good day for them, but sometimes you have to smile. But because if you don't smile to them, they will say no, because now you got this character in that episode, in that soap now. You think you better.
But you're touching a very important point there when you speak of kids as well.
Yes.
Do you yourself sit down and say, this is what I would tell kids if I were to ask to stand in front of them and motivate them?
Yeah.
What do you feel could be a good motivator for kids who are growing up, either want to be visual artists or who want to survive in these different and difficult times that we live in?
I think to survive in these difficulties, because sometimes kids, whatever you're telling them, but for us, when we're growing up, now now I'm an artist, and then people, they love my work, they support the way that I do my art, because of what my parents told me. Because sometimes we make a mistake. Sometimes we say no, because before, maybe in our time, that thing was happening. Like, let's say you judge a kid by the parents, because they say no,
the home they come from.
But now we forgot this. Now there's this thing for like the kids at home. Like, then say even at school now, you have to make the way of, like, if you teacher, if doing something, because they got rights. And then we end up like now, even the kids, they will know that thing they're doing is wrong, but they know you can't strike them, because you're gonna be assaulted. So for my side, it's gonna help the kids, because our time, like, if we never like question the parents. If they tell them something, you must
do as you instructed.
But these kids for today, like, if you want to tell them, say, for what? And then you end up like the kids doing the wrong things, because they say no, because they got rights.
Yeah.
So for me, I always like tell the kids, like, it's very important to respect even someone you know, even you never know. You don't know, because sometimes, let's say if I'm going to the schools, like doing the art in school, to artist teachers to do like practical visual art. sometimes like when you in front of them, then like they'll make a noise and then do whatever, and then I say, okay, what I can do now, what I will do, I'll sit down and then I'll call you and then and tell all the kids that what I was going to tell them. Because and then sometimes this can work or sometimes it work. But what I give them, I say, okay, if you do that thing, let's say here in KZN, you are the top student in like in visual arts or in maths or in science, and then you have to go now to Cape Town or like to go to overseas to stand for a South African. And then when you go there, when you end up, when you come there, and then they will call you and then go to the podium. And then the time when you start to speak, and then others, they doing the selfies, they're talking to each other, they're making noise, they don't even notice you that you are there. And then I ask them, how are we gonna feel if those people they're doing like that? I say, no, I'll feel like I'm small because now I thought maybe I was a top student in South Africa or in KZN or in the province. Now when I'm reached there, it's like I'm not existing. I say this is what is happening to me now. Because,
as a parent.
Yeah. Because now I came here to help you, but now it feel like I have to do you a favor. I say like as I'm here at school, I've got a lot of work. Even now I'm supposed to be doing this, but because this is my passion, and I'll make sure I want to give you this thing what I've got.
And in terms of your own perspective of South Africa and the arts sector, what are your observations? Are we growing as a sector? Are we not growing? Is there room for improvement for visual artists like yourself or for the community of artists in the entire sector to survive and thrive still?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't want to lie. Because like we always like second best to like every when we're doing arts, like because sometimes people they don't arts like to us like a hobby. Because even sometimes they call you in a meeting, there's some doing, we want to do some commissions, but they can take maybe 5 hours, but you came there like sitting there for 5 hours, no one coming, and then even when they came, they won't even apologize. They'll say, no, but yeah, let's just do the work. And then like it's like your work is not existing. It's like you just it's for fun. And this thing is hard. But what I also is to go to the technology. Most of what I always telling the artist, like, because as we know, like everyone's got a way of doing things. Like as an artist, because even I'm doing my art, but I'll also make sure that I have to do the admin to know how things work, so that every day I'll do other things. Because that didn't happen like when you say no, I'm just an artist. So as much as sometimes it's hard, like to do admin or have to pay someone to do admin, but it's easy to get someone who knows it. As much as we have to pay, because sometimes if you're an artist, you do the work, and then this thing is hard. Like the things happen even to me. Like you work with a gallery, maybe after 10 years, but when you see the price that your paintings are, and then still let's say it's 5,000. But maybe for 10 years, your work is 5,000. When you say like 8,000 or 10,000, they say no. Who's gonna buy this work? And then sometimes you have to stay on that 5,000, and then after that 10 years, and then maybe you say, let me start another gallery. Although they know that they know your work all along, and then now we have to start again to that, maybe let's say 8,000, and then maybe for like other 10 years. And then I feel like you don't grow. And then now you end up like, and then if you want to fight with them, and then they'll say no, we are doing this is an exposure. So that means if you're an artist, sometimes you get the exposure until you die.
Yeah.
Because when you even
so there's an element of exploitation and abuse there as well.
Yes, yes. So for me, it's the right way of doing this thing. As much as you can work with the galleries, but sometimes we have to also stand for your, because sometimes the hunger is where makes you like end up like taking everything. And then that person, they will see like is doing you a favor, but at the same time they want your work.
Yeah, yeah.
And every day we both need each other. You want my stories and my art, and then I need also the money,
the income.
Yeah, the income, because you as much as for me the art is a passion, but to be realistic, we need to have a house, you need to have a, like, you've got kids, so to take the kid to school is too expensive. To grow a kid is too expensive. So now to raise the kid is not something that is like you don't understand. So now it is this why I would, for me, they need to do something, but I don't, that something like I don't know how can I put the way, because if they can understand that the art is also
a career,
it's a career,
profession.
It's a profession, it's a business. So also people like around us, because especially the people, they will say like, if they hear that like you're an artist, they will say you can draw me, and then draw me like as you can, like I say, like, because they don't trust as like I can do that thing.
Yeah.
So that thing they need to go out, because what happens sometimes to people, they can, let's say you got their friends with the like other guys that I know, they work with the maybe the bosses, and then they say, can you come to my house just for drinks? And then when they go to his house, and then you will say, hey, this painting I bought to the gala, to this artist. This artist is powerful, and then I paid like 20,000 for this painting. So because the way this is an investment on his painting. So if I bought this painting, it's talking a lot. And then these guys, what they will do, they won't, and then when you tell them, they come to you, they say, okay, hey, I want to get this painting, so how much you can, even they can see there's some like price tags there, but they want a special price.
Negotiate down.
Yeah. Okay, you negotiate, but still sometimes I say, okay, it's fine. I'll see when I get paid, and then they won't come back. What they'll do, they'll go to those big stores, but I won't mention the names of the stores. But they'll go to those stores, and they to buy the prints, and then they print in like 5 to 4, 6 years. It's gonna change the color.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's gonna get those small ends or something, and then it will be gone. But
finished.
The painting is an investment. It can last forever. So this is what they have to understand, that like this is a profession, this is an investment. Because sometimes they can say, but that painting, that guy can buy to the designer stores, buy a sneaker or for 10,000, and then buy the sneaker, maybe he will, excuse me, it will wear for like, maybe it will take maybe for 1 year or 2 years. Even 2 years is big. You don't like them and then throw them there. But if he was invested in that painting, it will be there.
The value of it also goes up sometimes.
Yeah, because even I always advise, like, if people who, if they want the commission, like most of them, the other one was a lawyer, and then asked me, say, can you do me a painting for Mandela in this wall? So, and then we talk about the price, and then he was happy. And then And then now, because the building was hard to go there, so now you have to make a schedule so that when he's not there in a court, so he will come and then work with me till that time. But sometimes it's not easy to like the person now will be say will work, so I have to work in an open space.
Yeah.
And then later, and then I just give him the advice. Say, no, guy, can I give you the advice? Can you? I'll do a painting on a canvas. I say, no, but I want to in this world. He say, yeah, it will be the same size, but I'll do the canvas. I say, yeah, but okay, it's fine, let's do it. And then we do the painting, and then I sent to him. He was so happy. And then the day when we have to meet to pay me, he say, welcome. Let me tell you something. Thank you for your advice. We see that office that we're renting it. Now they want us to move out. So now that those people are gonna go to that place now, they're doing other things. So they will paint the wall white. So and then now like
they would have lost money.
Yeah. But I say, no, welcome. Thanks for your advice. So art is something that I never leave. Even sometimes it's hard, but I always tell myself like, because I always say like maybe I will be happy if my art, that time if my art is reach the viewers or the followers of DSTV, because DSTV has got many channels. You can sit on a couch 24/7. You want to change whatever channel you want to change, but people they always like they
always sing it every time.
So if even my art can get that attraction, like I know it's there, but maybe one day I'll tell us, now it's there.
You've reached your pinnacle.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, folks. That was Mr. Welcome Danca on Uhambo Lwami episode 11. I think you now understand why he's a visual artist. He articulates himself better when he's in front of a canvas, and you've heard how long he's painted and the type of influences that he's had with his visual art, as well as the advice that is given to young kids. This has been the last episode of Uhambo Lwami. I hope the year continues to be a successful one, and thank you so much to the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India.
Thank you so much, Welcome G and Toki G, for that power-packed interaction. We got to learn so much about you, Welcome G. Thank you so much for taking time off your busy schedule and sharing your experience and journey with us. With that, we've come to the close of episode 11 of Uhambo Lwami My Journey.
Namaskar and greetings to all of you. On behalf of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India in Durban, it gives me a great pleasure today to deliver a vote of thanks on our 11th episode of the program Uhambo Lwami My Journey. Allow me to thank our online guest, Mr. Welcome Danca, who is a visual artist, and Mr. Toki Mohoto, who is a social activist. This evening, they had a very interesting interactions on the journey of Mr. Welcome Danca. Siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu Danca ngakho konke ositshele kona ngejene yakho obenayo kuhambo lwakho lo visual storytelling. So sibonga kakhulu baba. Sesiyakwazi manje ukuthi Mr. Welcome Danca, who is he and what he is doing. So to Toki Mohoto Ji, also thank you very much, sir, for conducting such a wonderful interactions with Mr. Welcome Danca. As always, siyabonga kakhulu Mr. Toki Mohoto. To Director of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Dr. Chaitanya Prakash Yogi, Mrs. Christina Harinarayan, Mr. Piyush Kandirwal, thank you very much for being with us this evening. To our online participants, we'd like to say thank you very much for being with us this evening. For more information on cultural activities organized by Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center at the Consulate General of India, please visit ICCR in Durban Facebook page. Once again, to Mr. Welcome Danca, sibonga kakhulu, thank you very much, sir, for being with us this evening. And also to Baba Toki Mohoto, thank you very much, Baba. As always, siyabonga kakhulu. To all of you, have a wonderful evening. Namaskar.